Greetings, mortals, and welcome back.
When last we left off, we had just finished running away from a swarm of spiders and trolls and all sorts of other nasty business. We had just killed a few of them. I'm not sure how many we killed. I think we killed like 3 or 4 of the trolls. I guess I can check. I think I killed 3 of the trolls because I'm pretty sure I had 7 Mel's Minute Meteors when I started the fight. And that's a really bizarre and specific thing to remember, I know, but I'm pretty sure that that is correct. That being said, we are now going to start healing everybody. And we have Protection from Evil, 10-foot radius that we can cast now. That will definitely help us out a lot. And we should have more stone skins to cast. Mel's Minute Meteors are still active. What's the duration? Permanent until thrown. So if I ever have extra 3rd level spells, then I can spend those on Mel's Minute Meteors to just accumulate more of them, I believe. So that's actually really cool. So we're gonna have her heal herself. You know, I don't remember these things being on the character portraits in the original games. These little icons that indicate what they're doing. And if that was something that was added in a later edition, then I am very thankful for that, because this is substantially easier than it would have to be. So we're going to go ahead and do this. I think that's sufficient for now. We're going to pop back in here, and we need to figure out what's going to happen down here, because these enemies should still be in position to attack me. At the very least, there was a spider that I think was in range. I think it's a wraith spider, but don't quote me on that. We might have to deal with a wraith spider there. If it is a wraith spider, we're going to have to tank it with Korgrik, who does have his defensive set up for the most part. I just need to swap the shield onto him. And we can now pop back down. Okay, so let's take a look here. And nothing is visible because we're in this little tiny alcove. That's perfect. Okay, so what we can do is we can actually just scout. So we're going to have Sorlin invisible. And I just realized, yes, I am completely out of arrows. So with me being completely out of arrows, I am going to have to go back to town sometime. And unfortunately, this Wraith Spider has just wandered forward and is now attacking Ark. I need to give him his thing back.
Done.
Oh shit. Okay. So
I'm ready to do adventuring and stuff.
this is more dangerous than I'd like it to be. And we're gonna have to figure out how we want to handle this.
Give the word.
I'm going to cast Protection from Evil, and I'm going to cast Prayer.
Yes.
I don't think I need to cast anything with him for right now. And does Lyric need to cast anything? No, I think that Lyric needs to just keep singing.
Orders.
Korgrik can... He can go ahead and cast... Actually, that's a bad idea because he's probably going to get hit.
I'll handle it.
I'm just going to move him forward a bit. I think that... Nope, he cannot block them off. And so we're going to die here. Okay, so we have to just reload. So that changes things.
Yes. Ready.
I'm here. I'm off.
Here, I'm on it.
Okay, so are these guys still coming this way? Okay, so there's one enemy. It should be going onto Korgrik. And I didn't want to cast all this stuff until I was sure that the enemies were coming in. As long as they're going on Korgrik, though, we should be okay. We're going to go ahead and cast... Prayer? Where's prayer? Oh, this is prayer. I think I'm going to cast this.
What is it you require?
And... I'm going to have him just chill for now.
I suppose I got some time to kill.
And he... can actually cast a web as far away as humanly possible. I think that if I cast a web there, it won't get any of my party members. Just in case, I am going to have Korgrik use this. Okay, so everyone's protected from evil, and now we just need to focus on getting this Wraith Spider down. If the Wraith Spider is down...
I am by your side.
Okay, we need to swap her gear out. And ditto for you, madam. So that was a critical hit.
Ready.
Shit. He's diseased, he can't put on his shield.
I'm ready to do adventuring and stuff.
Okay, so...
Here.
he is so screwed. I don't know what that guy's casting, but I don't really have any way of dealing with it. Sure I do. Nope. Okay, so we have one person who is held. Why is he not attacking him? Okay, so that Wraith Spider is dead.
I'm listening.
And
Yes. Done.
that's a lot of creatures.
Yes.
Okay, and there he goes. Alright, that is a lot of beasties to still have on the board. I think what I'm going to do here is cast a web a little bit closer because that was way too far out.
You have need of me.
And I'm actually going to cast a dual web as well as an entangle out here. And we are going to pop Korgrik forward. I'm going to cast a
I'm here.
her cast protection from evil. Gonna have him now use his little cloak. So he's got free action now. And hopefully I didn't give him the damage. Okay. He is taking a lot of damage here. 17 is still ahead, even with protection from evil active. Okay.
I'm here.
So how are we going to handle this? We're in kind of bad shape here. I think cast protection from evil. I am going to cast Entangle.
Yeah.
And I cast the webs.
You have need of me.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to cast a Grease here.
Suppose I got some time to kill. Sure.
Okay, so that thing's now attacking Sorlin, which means that we can just move him back. This thing is now held, or rather it's not held, it's,
Give the word.
excuse me, it's wrapped up. And so we can start attacking it with
I am by your
range,
Orders agreed.
but we can't get too close. Okay, that one is now actually held. So we're going to go ahead and pop over here and start attacking this thing. Hope here is that I can
Yes.
get enough damage in to kill these things. Okay, that thing's now no longer held. Whoa, 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 whoa!
What is it? Immediately.
Bad arc.
Ready. Understood.
Shit. Okay, there's way too much going on over here now.
What do you
These
want?
guys are
Here.
having some
Got it.
difficulty. This is a terrible, terrible place to fight. Like, all things considered, this is just not a very
I'm ready to do adventuring.
effective
and stuff.
location for trying to combat anything. That said, we are going to have to live with it, or we will die with it.
Something wrong?
There's not really
Yeah. Yeah.
a lot of choice on our end.
I'm listening.
And
Hmm.
I don't see how I'm going to get the amount of damage out that I need to get out. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. I'm going to have to do a
Ready.
full-on
Done.
tank and AoE
Yeah. Yeah.
Fest.
As you wish.
I'm here. On my way.
Here.
with
Done.
Korgrik standing here, blocking passage. He's going to have to equip this. We are going
Give the word.
to cast Protection from Evil,
I suppose
and
I
we are
got
going
some
to
time
dump
kill.
the kill field out here. So the goal is to have
Orders.
Korgrik stand just outside of the kill field.
You have need of me? What do
Do
you
I want
want?
the Protection from Evil 10 for... Yes, I do. Because that could easily wear off during the course of the fight if I cast the small one. So that is
I'm listening.
I am by your side.
those spells. And we're going to cast another web over here. Okay, so Korgrik is now going to be tanking a troll.
I'm on
The
it.
goal is to tank that troll in a place where it's the only one that can hit me, but I can hit it with multiple characters. So,
Something wrong? Yes.
Yeah. Good.
What do you
Time to
need?
turn this one.
okay,
Besides.
unfortunately we're not going to be able to... I'll just put this web here.
I'm here. On my way.
Okay, so... Korgrik takes some damage from this troll, and it is slashing damage. And I'm actually going to cast spikes out here. That thing is held, which is perfect. It means that it cannot attack me. In addition, it cannot die right now. So we're just gonna get all the kill floor down. This thing is still attacking? How's this thing not... How's this thing not down yet? That's not good at all.
This one's mine.
Okay, so this thing is now immune to slashing damage, and we are going to cast one more of these out here. The key is that this thing is now going to act as a just hard barrier to any enemies trying to get through up until we kill it with fire. So, if I just start casting fireballs out there... Actually, do I want to? I don't think I do.
Nah.
I don't think I want to cast any fireballs because I've cast so many sort of death spells out there that I am at least somewhat hopeful that we'll be able to pretty much take these enemies out with just the piercing damage coming in from those spells of Cordric's. Cordric is going to go ahead and use his Lucky Scimitar on himself. And if that works, great. If it doesn't, then that's unfortunate. So is this thing taking damage? It does appear to be taking damage. So that's good. And we are just going to cast Static Charge, because we can. And we're gonna pick something else to cast. I think it's a good idea to cast a quick prayer. And we don't want to leave this thing down for too much longer. This Wraith Spider is now badly injured. And the two Lizardman Shaman are badly injured. Things are generally speaking just not looking terribly well for our enemies. I'm going to go ahead and pop this. And pull these two back a bit. And now we just have this Wraith Spider who's now moving forward a bit. But that's okay. It moves forward a bit, but it's still taking... Shit.
Leave it to me.
Okay, it looked like that was... doing something that it was not doing. Oh no, this is definitely going after her.
Here.
Watch this.
Okay, so this thing is now attacking him. I'm going to pull back just a tiny bit. That way we're not moving the battlefront too much. He has a ranged weapon, not a ranged weapon, he has a reach weapon. Okay, and these guys are almost all near death now, so this is working pretty perfectly. We need to take a step back so that he walks forward a bit. I'm actually going to take one more quick step back, and there we go. That's perfect.
I'm here.
So now we should be able to fight him.
Death comes for you.
Ready.
We have a badly injured troll here.
Give the word.
I am by your side.
And I need to move her back. Okay, she's fine. You know who isn't fine? Anybody dealing with these trolls over here. So we're going to go ahead and cast these fireballs because it turns out that we're going to need them. And...
I'm ready to do adventuring.
Okay, so that's several more down. This thing is near death. This thing's badly injured. She can now go in and attack this one. So we have two that are near death, one of which is now down. This thing should go down sometime this round, I think.
What do you want? Watch this.
And Ark can finish off not quite all of these right now. I kind of want to wait for this one to... Okay, this one isn't going to fall to just this.
Orders.
Something right.
So we're going to knock this one down, we're going to pull her back.
Losing a lot of blood.
And, oh boy. This is actually way closer than I'd like it to be.
So be it.
We're going to pull back. if possible.
You have no small task.
Want me to pull back? Okay, so we managed to get out of there. We have 2 left. I just wanted to do that because I wanted to get a chance to have a save because this fight has gone really well.
It shall
Whoops.
be done.
This fight has gone generally very well, but I don't want to risk any bad stuff happening. What is going on with you? Why are you... He's apparently held, but I don't know by what. What? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, so we are going to keep this paused and
By your side.
put Korgrick up in front since he does have the highest AC. And the goal here
What is it? So be it.
is hopefully to have this one fall over dead.
To the butcher's work, then.
As
That
you
thing's
wish.
attacking Aldrea.
Last much longer.
And she's dead. Alright, I'm gonna need to adjust my party organization.
I may not make it understood.
Okay, there we go. This is much better. So this, with this party formation, Korgrick is in front, and he should be the one taking the brunt of the damage.
I'm here
The
to
key
win.
here is
You would
that
do well to fear a woman's
I
wrath.
need to get
You have need of me?
at least
No
one
small
hit
task.
Yes.
on this bastard. I'm going to try and use a chromatic orb. Damn. I think I'm going to need to heal Korgrick before I do this. Because these things, I think, have at least 3 attacks per round. Oh, he actually has plenty of healing left. Alright, so that should hopefully be enough, because I don't want to waste too much time here. We'll cast one more heal,
What is it you were? As you wish.
and then we'll go back in. Wrong characters in
Yes.
front.
Orders?
I'm going to move Korgrick to the front.
I may not make it. I'm ready. I'll
Try this
handle it.
again. And
I'm here.
unfortunately, we're in a bad position here.
Consider it done.
I can't move back. There we go.
Here.
I am by your side.
Give the word.
Yeah,
At your service.
I know. Show me a target and I'll smash you.
And unfortunately, both of these are near death,
Orders done.
but they haven't both fallen over yet. Okay, so he needs to recast Nelf's Minute Meteors,
I'm listening. Done.
and we need to just sort of kite this guy around a little bit longer until he
Yes.
decides to
Ready.
fall over for me. This thing should be... there we go.
What is it? At your as you wish.
Okay. Done. So, we managed to clear out that group, which was actually a set of multiple packs. That was not one pack. I think that was 3 packs total. It was the troll group, it was a spider group in the back of this room here,
Orders?
and a lizard man group from over here. So, why am I in combat? Okay. So getting that done, not too shabby. We have a troll over here that's uninjured. It is time to start utilizing the Arc Tank. We are going to not use Spirit Armor, I think. We're just going to use
I see.
the normal shield
listening.
spell.
I'm on it.
Yeah. As you
And
wish.
I'm going to try, there we go. So we've secured it on Arc. And once I can cast this, there we go. So it still hits on a 16,
Ready.
which is not optimal by any stretch of the imagination.
What is it you
I'm
require?
going to actually have Arc stop attacking. This thing should be... oh shit, this is only badly injured. Wow, I've already lost all my stone skins. These trolls are nasty.
What do you watch this?
They do not mess around.
here. Healing, please. Great jumping paladin
Wow.
of the deer. I'm done for.
These trolls are nasty. Okay, so
Yes, immediately.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast a stone skin. We are going to cast. I think I'm going to do a shield paired with a blur, because I do think that having the extra stone skins is better than having 2 third level or second level spells. So we're casting blur. Oh, that's it. We don't have our AC items on Arc. Okay, so there we go. So we have blur, we have mirror image, we do not have the baseline shield spell. And he's now got negative 11 AC plus an additional 2. Technically minus an additional 2, but
Ready. I'm on it.
get the idea. So what I'm hoping for here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm here. Watch this.
So that was a hit on a. He has a ranged. These are a ranged weapon. Gotcha. Okay, so this weapon counts as ranged.
Yes.
This thing's gonna die, I think, before I have to worry too much. Yeah. Okay, we need to get rid of these Mel's Minute Meteors because he can't tank and have Mel's Minute Meteors active at the same time. So, anybody in here? Yep, there's another troll here.
Here. Orders? I'll handle it.
I see.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna fight this thing.
I'm listening. Done.
Life should be substantially easier. And this is on a 10 at least. So yes, it missed on a 17, so this thing should go down reasonably easily. It's just a matter of how are we going to deal a little tiny bit of acid damage. Okay, this thing can no longer hit me because it's got the thing on, and it is down. So a little bit of acid damage can come from... Does Chromatic Orb do acid damage at this level? Nope, this does magic damage. Unfortunately, it does do fire damage at level 2, but doesn't anymore. And Melf's Acid Arrow is fine, but is not the preferable means of dealing with this.
Yeah.
Do I have any other ways of dealing with it? I could just try and attack it over and over and over. I don't know if you can proc effects with a weapon that's ineffective. So, you know what? I'm just going to keep punching this thing with my fire dagger and hope that it procs. And there we go. So the fire dagger does proc, even though it's immune to his damage, because the weapon isn't ineffective. It's that the it's just immune to the damage type. So that's fine. We are done in here. We can now quickly move on. We want to move quickly because we have to exploit these spells for their full duration if possible. I want to deal with as many trolls as humanly possible in this time period. I think something just wore off. No, that was just the
Here,
spell.
I'll handle it.
Or the song. So,
As best I
get
can.
Arc down here. There are some captive villagers here. What's up, kid? When people die, they turn into skeletons. I'm going to turn into a skeleton. Okay, they think we're yummy. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. Papa? Papa, is that you? It's me, Sheemish. No, I don't have any children. What's your father's name? My papa is Conlon. He's a blacksmith in Koldahar. He's this big! Actually, I think because we can't see the visuals, this is more funny. He's this big, and he's this tall. And if he were here, he'd beat the stuffing out of those monsters. Pow, pow, oof, arg. That last sound was the sound of the lizards getting beat up, not my dad. Let's see. Okay, I already took care of the monsters in the lizard caves and everything between you and the exit. You can leave anytime you want. Yay! Thanks, boy, my papa sure will be glad when I get home. Boom!
Orders?
So, we just got a bunch of experience. And so we can now talk to Conlon the Smithy. And we have leveled up with Druid rank 9, access to 5th level spells. This is going to be hopefully huge. And it is Iron Skins. Duration 12 hours. So, this gives protection from physical attacks for every 2 levels of the casters, and additional skin is gained. So a 10th level druid gets 5 skins. So for each skin this druid possesses, the spell will stop 1 attack. So we get 4 attacks against Korgrik for free. Not too shabby. In addition, we get access to 4th level spells with these people. But that doesn't help us too much because we don't actually have any 4th level spells for them. Hopefully we'll be able to find some of the spell scrolls. Also, he gained the passive ability Poison Immunity. So with Poison Immunity, he's now going to be able to easily tank spiders, and he can now transform into a goddamn polar bear, which is pretty dang cool. So we can save this. Are we paused? Yes, we are.
At your service.
And let's take a look here. So the next level is going to be Fighter level 7, which I believe is when they get an extra half attack per round. So that's going to be huge. We're going to get an extra half attack per round with her, Sorlin, and Silria simultaneously. That will increase my overall DPS by probably at least around 30%. Let's see. He's going to be leveling up no time soon. Arc is not even close. Ditto for Scald. It's for her. And Cleric level up is going to be a million years away. Okay, so we're going to get an extra Thief level reasonably soon after we get the Fighter levels. And we should be in good shape. He still has that static charge active. But as you guys can see, it's really just not that amazing when it's on you as opposed to the enemy, because the enemy gets it and it gives one of your party members and then you cry. When you have it, yay, you deal some damage to, one of the beasties, but it's not a life-saving kind of deal. As for this, do we have enough AC right now to negate most of their attacks? I'm thinking maybe. I'm not sure.
Got it.
So we got a discharge of static electricity. And 18 is a hit. We're going to need to at least get a little bit more AC out of him. So we're going to cast Blur. And that should do it. So this thing should be capped out. It'll be virtually impossible for it to hit him. And we now have a spider hanging out behind.
I suppose I gotcha.
And we're going to have him attack this one.
Give them make way.
And Eldrea is going to try to come up behind and attack this one. Okay, fine. We're just going to wait for him back.
Give it to me.
I guess.
Attack with her. Ooh. Just getting a bit closer than I'd like, actually. Okay, one of the trolls is held. It should go down pretty fast, and hopefully we'll be able to have Arc proc on it before it gets back up. And there we go. Arc procced on it, so it's dead. Now, this is cool. The Wraith Spider can't pass this troll, so the fact that the other troll died doesn't interfere with us in any way. So we're going to have him attack. Oh, and this troll is now held.
I see.
Which means that... Okay, this troll is now dead, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Okay, this troll is dead.
I see.
So we're going to pull these two back. Not really much reason to have them fight. And we're going to have Korgrik heal himself quickly. And then start lancing in on this spider.
Here. Agreed.
To get quick pot shots on it. And he immediately takes damage. I really hope that we can kill this thing. I need to wait for this disease to wear off before I can go after it again. But I can also wait on my
Yes.
my next tick of the death stuff.
I'm ready to do adventuring.
This is honestly
and
taking
stuff.
longer than I'd
I'm
like
here.
it to. I'm concerned about him getting up. I'm just gonna blast him. Shit. Well, he does have the Melfacid arrow effect on him now,
Order. I'm on it.
so in theory,
Consider it done.
Indeed.
he should be an inevitable kill at this
Shall be
point.
done.
I'll handle it.
Yeah,
To
I
the
gotcha.
butcher's work then.
Okay. I don't know how much HP
As
he
you wish.
has.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. Immediately.
Okay. We are going to
Suppose I
send
got some time to kill.
everybody
What do
to
you
attack
want?
this
I
thing
know
now.
the routine. Show me a target and I'll smash it.
Okay, this thing has had its luck dropped. So this thing is just dead.
Ready.
And we're gonna
Mine.
That I see.
pull over here and start killing this thing, hopefully.
Sure.
I see.
I gotcha.
You have need of
Yeah,
me.
okay. Ow!
Ouch. Yeah, I think trolls have reach as if they were using like a two-handed weapon,
So I'm off.
so they are not easy to do a melee kite with. I think I'm actually just going to use a magic missile
here.
to knock it over.
I certainly.
Are you still up? Okay, so this is down again.
Give the word.
We're going to use another Melfacid arrow to kill it.
Here, I'm on it.
Because the other one wore off before it got back down again. And that is what you get when you are unwilling to use fire ammo. I do have fire ammo, so I could easily just kill this thing with fire arrows. But I do kind of consider those to be consumables, and I'm trying to avoid using them.
I suppose I got some time to kill.
And Ark now has all of his spells worn off, which means that now is the perfect time to send Sorlin on a scouting expedition. We've been playing a little bit dangerously, because
Nah, I don't think so. Just kidding. I'll do it.
if there were any traps around, then we were going to spring them. I mean, just that simple. We were running around with Ark first, and he was going to be springing traps like a crazy person. So that thing is now pretty clearly moving in our direction. And here
You
it
leave it to
comes.
me.
What is it you require?
I think I'm going to try... I don't want to use a chromatic orb from him.
I'm ready
Do you
to
have
do
any other
adventuring
way of
and stuff.
CCing this thing?
At your service.
Because I'd love to just get a little crowd control on this thing and deal with it that way. I don't think that a kite is a very good means of dealing with a troll, because I'm pretty sure that they regenerate. They don't regenerate terribly quickly, but they do regenerate.
Something wrong.
So if you're just pelting at them with slings, that's not a good way of dealing with them.
Hmm.
So I might just have to have Ark tank this thing, and if I do, then that means we're gonna need to go just balls deep on the assault again.
Yeah. I gotcha.
And damn the consequences of traps and things. That said, we've cleared about half of this area now, I think. Maybe not. Maybe a third of the area.
Yes.
And I'm going to start casting my buffs. So we're going to cast Stone Skin. We're going to...
What is I
We're going to
see?
pull back my party. We're just going to pull them all the way back here.
At
With the
yes.
exception of Ark, the goal is to get them on. God
Last much
damn it.
longer. I'm here.
No! Bad! I hate having to manually just micromanage every single person.
Shall be done.
When you send your party to all go to the same
off.
location, the way that the
Yes.
pathing
What do you want?
handles that instruction
I'm off.
is not terribly good, so
What
it
is it you require?
almost always has them run directly into each other,
Something wrong? Leave it to me.
which is obviously suboptimal.
At your yes.
I'm here. Leave it to me.
Shit. Oh, God damn it! I clicked on a little piece of terrain that I couldn't actually walk
Yes.
on. So we have one
Yeah.
troll over there,
Nah, I don't think so. Just kidding. I'll do it.
and it's right here now.
What is it you require?
I'm here. Make way.
Ready. Done.
The other thing that's a little weird in the way that this game handles certain stuff is that
At your service.
once you have triggered an enemy in
Give
sort
the
of
word.
one
Make
save
way.
file,
Mhm.
it seems
So
to
be it.
basically remain triggered and be behaving in much the same manner that it was a second ago. Where are you going? I don't know who it's
I am by your
attacking.
side. No small task.
Here. I'll handle it.
Okay, so it's now attacking Ark,
Yes.
and it missed. So we can now
Orders.
send these
Alright.
people back in,
Here I
start
go.
beating the ever-loving crap out of this guy. So we have two different procs that can just sort of insta-give this thing.
What is it you
Doesn't
require?
quite insta-give it, I guess, but basically make it so that it's helpless. Okay, it's now helpless. It cannot get a successful hit on it anymore. Okay, that's Korg. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for 2 strikes of the dagger. I guess I only
I'm
need
listening.
1.
Ready.
Okay,
I'm on it.
so now we're gonna save the game, and we're gonna send our party forward, because we now have Ark in full-on tank mode, and we need to take advantage of that for now. So save the game, run along. This feels like a trap. So this troll is attacking Ark, but it's going the wrong way. Okay, so that thing just gave combat bonuses to this troll, as well as a bunch of other trolls. I'm gonna go ahead and attack this guy. And it looks like that guy is now casting spells. He's a Talonite priest.
Here I go.
Ark is held, which means that this is game over, because... Okay, that is a lot of people. With Ark being held, it's inevitable that he's gonna die there, so...
Yes.
Because he can't actually... He's not gonna... They can't miss or anything. So,
Ready.
now that we know that
Alright.
there's a huge
Here.
pack in there,
Orders. Understood.
process of elimination,
So be it.
it's now time to start casting some fun crowd control into here. So I could cast Stinking Cloud if I want, but I really don't think I do. We have
Yeah.
other people who can hopefully cast some
You had need of me?
other stuff. So we can cast a web in
I
here,
suppose I got some time.
and
to
we
kill.
can cast some grease,
Yeah.
and that's it.
I'm here.
Good for now.
What is it you require? As you wish.
Okay, so enemy sighted. Ah, that's why it was going that way, because it's going around. Okay, so Ark needs to have protection from evil cast on him. So we're going to go ahead and cast protection from evil. The big un. And we need to cast... Here, get this guy over here. She just cast Dispel.
At your service.
Okay, so this Talonite Priestess is held.
I'm listening.
So now it's time to kill her before she gets a chance to do anything else.
Ready. Understood.
And we're going to send the rest of our party in.
Here. Understood.
Shit.
Yes.
Okay, so
Give the word. Consider it done.
no. Okay, so they're at least all attacking Ark. The problem is that Ark is now. Let's see, are you still blurred, Ark? Do I want... I think I need to recast Blur. So we're going to recast Blur on Ark. And we're going to recast this.
What do you need now?
We are unfortunately not getting... We don't have any ranged attacks anymore.
What do you want?
So we're limited to pretty much just attacking them. And Ark is
Can't last much longer.
we're limited to pretty much just attacking them in melee range, which is not entirely healthy for us. What we're going to do is we actually want to aggro these guys, and we want them in a tighter path here, because right now we were fighting them in just about the worst possible location. By fighting them up here, we were sort of maximizing the amount of damage that they could deal to Ark, while minimizing the amount of damage that we could deal to them. And it's just because of the placement of that initial stuff. So we need to put our initial
I'm here.
bad stuff in a better location.
You have need of me?
So let's drop the web in the middle of here,
Mm-hmm.
and
I suppose I got some time to kill.
drop the greases in here as well. And I do have the ability to utilize this cloak. Doesn't really help me much. Okay, I'm going to start attacking this thing,
Give the word.
and I'm actually going to just start beating on this thing from range.
I am by your side.
Okay, so these guys are now out of the
What do
effect,
you want?
and we need to get to meleeing them.
Consider it done.
What did that just... What did he just cast? Oh, this guy just poked Silria. Okay, well,
Yes.
this can be a really rough fight. It would be much easier if I had more ranged capabilities, but...
What is it you require?
Okay, so he can make himself immune to hold person. I think I might be best off
At your service.
trying to pull these guys a bit further back. We can cast protection from evil when necessary, and just see what we can do
I'm
here.
here.
Yeah.
Hmm. Immediately.
This is really the best place to funnel them in, I guess.
Order,
So never
alright.
mind. We're gonna
Yes. as
We're gonna
best
try
I
to just
can.
funnel them in here, and I'm not gonna use any fancy CC abilities, because what I want is for Ark to be standing right here, to have a blur on him, and to just be able to pound these enemies.
Give the word.
And what we're gonna do with her is give her a sling,
I am by your side.
I'm listening.
and I guess we're going to use a static charge. We're actually going to move forward a bit
I
before we use
suppose I
static
got some
charge.
time to kill.
And we need to cast Protection from Evil on Ark, actually. Ark needs to have this active.
I'll handle it.
And so with this active, he's immune to hold person and all that nastiness. And so now we just need
Yes?
Okay, we are going to cast our recitation because the time has
What do you
come
want?
to start using everything that we have. So recitation and prayer are going out. And
Now.
we can cast... We don't need to cast a grease, I don't think.
Here.
Korgrick can pop a little bit closer and then cast Static Charge. There are unfortunately 3 targets currently attacking Ark, which means that he is going to be taking damage pretty fast. But hopefully... not too unreasonably
Something wrong?
fast. So we've done these. We can now cast... let's see. We're gonna start...
Yes.
The problem is that we're
I'm here.
now, like...
I am here. Indeed.
We're now in a position where... Shit. I just turned on Silvery, I don't like that. I'm gonna start casting magic missiles on this thing, I think. Or should I even bother trying to kill that thing and instead go after
Orders.
the priest?
Got it.
Because the priest is currently attacking Ark. It should be safe to go after the priest.
Make peace with your
What is it
gods.
you
That's not
require?
good. Okay, so that wore off.
I'm listening. Agreed.
We should be able to kill this priest.
At your service.
Okay, that thing is dead.
Ready.
We need to
I'll
pull
handle
these
it.
2 back. And that's not good. They are now
Here.
through the barricade of their own bodies.
Orders. I'm on it.
And that causes some serious problems for us because now we have... This is not a thin enough blockade, I think, because they can fit 3 deep here. I think they can fit exactly 2 deep back here, which isn't perfect. Do I have a better place that I can fight them from? Because the issue is fundamentally one of the swarming nature. Well, that's not the only issue. Let's be honest. There's more to this problem than just the fact that they're swarming us. There's so many of them that it is actually very difficult
I
to
see.
legitimately be able to get through them all, even if
I'm
only
listening.
one is able to attack us at a
Understood.
time. Like, this bridge isn't a terribly good bridge to fight them on either. I'm actually just going to reload because there's no way this fight's going to go anywhere.
All right.
And we are going to pull ahead and go somewhere else. Because right now, I don't see a way to break this fight without getting some really good RNG or something like that. I don't really have the ability to deal the damage that I need to be dealing to really just sort of break into there. So what we're going to do is we're going to try
As best I can.
to go after the spiders over here. I think that there's a couple of wraith spiders. I could be wrong. It might be
All right.
phase spiders.
What is it? So be it.
I guess we'll find out. It's -8 AC right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and give this to Korgrick.
Orders. I'll handle it.
And yes, so that's a phase spider. A phase spider is going to be dealing poison damage, and
I'm here. Right.
if we can Yeah, if we can negate the poison, we can negate the spider for the most part.
Good.
Losing a lot of blood.
He does not have anywhere near good enough AC to
I
do this.
misunderstood.
Oh, good, it's held. So this phase spider is held. It should hopefully go down. There we go. Okay, so the phase spider is down.
Ready.
Whew, that was close. And
You have need of me?
we unfortunately have not really broken our way too far through this zone. We've killed a lot of creatures. There was huge packs that we just dealt with over here. But
Order. I'll handle
we're
it.
definitely experiencing
Yes.
some serious difficulty in getting these things dealt with in an easy manner. Excuse me. So, I'd love to be able to finish off enough creatures that we get our fighters leveled up before we
Ready.
rest.
Understood.
I don't know if it's going to be possible. So there's another phase spider here. Now, a phase spider is not going to be evil, so I can't use protection from evil to protect against it.
What is it you
Is there
require?
anything else I can do for him? I could cast an armor spell on him.
Here. Done.
Okay, so I don't know how high this thing has to roll to hit me. I would guess
word.
it doesn't have to roll that high, but we're going to try this anyway. And that is a 19, so a 19 does hit, but I already knew that. I want to know whether I have to get super lucky or if I just need to not get unlucky in order to kill this. Oh shit. So that's a pretty serious issue,
I'm
actually.
here. Right.
Ready. Understood.
We have multiple sword spiders on us right now.
You have need of me?
Can't use web.
As you wish.
Here. I'm on it.
And that is a 16. Okay, so we now know that a space spider is, I mean, it's not going to be missing Korgrik. He has -7 AC, but that's just not nearly enough. He needs substantially better AC than that in order to hold off these spiders. The spiders don't do a huge amount of damage per hit, particularly now that he's immune to poison. But he doesn't have any HP left, so it doesn't matter whether they do a lot of damage per hit. He has 2 HP, which means that any damage will kill him,
Yes.
because the minimum damage that can be dealt with insane difficulty is 2. That said, I do have 3 castings of Melf's Minute Meteors left, and I might just have to utilize those to kite these things to death. So we're going to try this.
Ready. Agreed.
I'm going to go ahead and move everybody as far away as humanly possible.
So be it.
And I'm going to try to just kite this with Arc. You
I'm
know what?
here.
I don't want to
Watch
kite it
this.
with just Arc. We're going to send these two
As you
over
wish.
here. And
Okay.
obviously, this is silly. We need to have Lyric here.
Give the right.
So the goal here is to not allow this thing
What do you want? On my way.
to ever
Here.
As you
land a
wish, sir.
hit.
Immediately.
And we'll
Something
see whether
wrong?
we're able
Watch
to
this.
accomplish that.
Hmm,
And I'm just
shall
going to
we?
kite it around as much as I can in this general vicinity. Okay, so this thing's teleporting to Arc, and it's now attacking him. I'm just going to hit it in the face. It is now teleporting to him again, so we're going to go ahead and move. It is now
I'm
going
here.
to teleport again, probably.
Yes, so
Death
be it.
comes for you.
Yep. And we're not even going to attack it right now, because Arc is not immune to poison.
Come then. Let us begin.
Nice. That's pretty good damage, actually. Unfortunately, I'm getting a bit close to the sword spiders. And for some reason,
Give the word.
this thing is
Leave it
not
to me.
teleporting
Yes.
to him anymore. Not sure
What do
why.
you want?
At your so be it.
Okay, it's now teleporting to him. We're going to pull it away. And it actually teleported twice in a row. It did one of those dual teleport things.
Come then. Let us begin.
What's the dealio, friendo? Okay. Get away. Please die.
To the pain.
Oh shit, I missed.
To the pain.
Kill it.
Come then. Let us
It's not dead. Shit. And I aggroed the sword spiders.
Come then. Let us begin.
Something wrong?
Okay, that one is dead.
Way.
Yeah.
We are pulling back to a better kiting spot because we now have to
It shall be
kite
done.
a sword spider, which is a much more intimidating proposition. We now have... Is that 3 sword spiders? Oh, Jesus. We have so many sword spiders on us. Okay. Okay, so Ark is now hopefully
here.
going to be tanking.
On my way.
And by tanking, I mean kiting like hell.
Yeah, I see.
Give the word.
Did I say kiting like hell? I meant kiting like a champ. Let's hope this is a very good kite. It's not. It is not a good kite. This is not a good kite at all. Okay, so this is bad.
At
We have
so be it.
4 sword spiders. And trolls? Oh my god. Okay, this is... And bombardier beetle! Okay, now you're just being mean, okay? That's just mean-spirited. There's no way I'm getting back from that. Okay, we need to pull this phase spider. We are going to pull it
Consider it done.
back all the way over here.
Yes.
It was silly to try to fight it over here. And, there we go. It's now teleporting toward him. And it's teleporting toward him again. And again. And again. So that's 4 or 5 teleports.
Give the word.
What is yes?
Can we have 6? Can we have 7? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Thanks, Obama. For sword spider teleports, I guess. This must be really weird to have like memes that are about you. Like, I don't even know. Like, that is such a strange meme. When you really think about it, like, what would it be like to have people saying that kind of stuff about you? It's kind of like, you know, in my household when I was growing up, we had Buddy Bad Dog as a, like, thing that we would say anytime someone farted, which is kind of weird. But anyway, I'm sure there's a sensible reason behind that. But the we had a dog. But anyway, it's kind of like that, only for the entire country and to an extent the entire world. And it's not just that one. There's lots of memes that are like that involve like a specific person, like Rickrolling, for instance. It's like it must be so strange to have memes that are centered around you. You gotta wonder how, like, those kinds of things that have entered the sort of normal lexicon for people, how that interacts with, you know, when you actually meet that person. Oh, god damn it. Well, Ark is dead. Goodbye. At the last second, it gets just like a quick bite. And, oh,
I'm here.
Ark's poisoned, so that's game over. I don't know if slow poison will work on these guys. By the way, yes, I do have 15 antidotes in my inventory,
As best I can.
but I ain't using consumables for,
What is it you require?
you know,
Yes.
just because I screwed up a kite. Oh, SpaghettiOs. This is going to be really bad for me.
Give the word.
Because I think this is going to
At
be
your
like
service.
every single one of them and all those trolls. Yeah, this is going to be... Yep, there's the trolls. So as soon as we aggro any of the trolls, or sorry, any of the sword spiders, we get troll power. I'm going to take a look up to the north, see if there's anything I can aggro over here. There actually is. There's some bombardier beetles here. If I can prevent these from getting to melee range, like just kill them first, and yes, we do a lot of damage with this. I'm actually going to wait though, because I'm attacking these with a lot of these bullets, and each one of these bullets I think I can get an extra +2 with
I'm
if
here.
I
What?
What is it? As best I can.
am near Lyric. So, because it is a weapon attack after all. That is so much damage.
Give the word.
Too fast.
Melf's Minute Meteors really does a lot of damage. It's easy to underestimate the ability because it's not as sort of shiny as a fireball. But speaking of fireballs, I think that a fireball will do more damage in this context. Unless I fail to cast it because I'm an idiot. Oh boy. So that casting failed, and there we go. Bombardier beetles. Oh, I hate them so much. They're basically just stink bugs. I'm actually going to pull everybody back
Got
all the way into this room here, and we're going to try those bombardier
Yes.
beetles again.
I see.
And I should really not be pulling with Ark. I should be pulling with somebody like Lyric. So we're going to pull some bombardier beetles with Lyric. That will allow us to see what's up here in the northeast and get a bit of extra experience. And I do have haste available to me still, so when I'm ready to go out in a blaze of glory, I can find the appropriate things to pull to do that. So, oh shit, I just pulled the phase spider. On the plus side, it's now going after Lyric, which means that I can easily just, and I don't know why I was having Ark do the kiting. That was very silly of me. Okay, so now we just need to not have him or him attack.
Yeah.
Time to trim this one down to size.
Okay, so Ark needs to recast that spell. God, I love Melfs. Melf is full of just great spell ideas. That guy invented all the best spells.
At your service.
I love Melf.
Ready.
Alright,
Go.
so this thing should die in this collection of attacks, I think. God damn it. Oh, did he just get stunned? Oh, he's dead. In addition to doing all that damage, the Bombardier Beetles also stun with that, so... or they have a chance to, anyway. God, that sucks. Oh, man, how am I gonna approach this? We did just find Sheemish. I don't think we're ready to head back.
Yes.
I think it's crazy to go all the way
As you
back
wish.
at this point.
You have
I think we need to
Fine.
we need to use more of our resources and get, you know, more stuff done before we're ready to go back, but we do have, oh, and man, that's, the Melfs are going to be so good with, once I get him up to level 15, that +4 is going to be absolutely immense for something like this. Okay, you need to be very careful with how you approach this. And it does look like these guys are relatively sticky, so... the key here is that we have a relatively wide kite here.
I'm by your side.
I could use a web if I want, but I don't think I need a web for these, and I'd rather not have to use a web when they're not, you know, it's not critical.
I'm here.
Huh? Yeah.
It is important to recognize that even if I do hold them or whatever, they can still use their special ability. They don't have it deactivated at any point. And cast
Ready. At your service. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, this awesome magic spell brought to you once again by the fine people at Melf. And by fine people, I mean the fine individual named Melf, because... wow.
I see.
So, it only takes like 2 rounds to clear these out completely, because he can fire 5 of them per round.
Yes.
These must be particularly terrifying in the hands of a fighter mage. Hope. Okay, yeah. So we were going fast enough,
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
or rather, we were going in a direct enough path away from it.
What is
That-
it you as best
Wow.
I can.
Okay.
At
He's
your service.
out of Melfs completely.
Good.
I do only have 1 left, but this thing can easily start cutting me off and put me in a bad position. So I'm a little concerned about this whole situation. Because if I'm walking crosswise to it, when
Wrong?
it
Huh? Fine.
okay, I just need to make sure that
I'm
I'm
here.
doing a proper
You would
kite
do
and
well
not
to fear a
Yeah.
woman's wrath.
just sort of wandering around like I was before. Okay, moving this way. Sorry, I'm now intensely focused on this kite because at any moment it could use its stupid thing again. Oh shit.
Give the consider it done.
Yeah, I see.
What do you make way?
Shit! It's attacking the person who I sent toward the rest of the group.
So be it. Mm-hmm.
Something wrong. Leave
They're
it to
not
me.
going anywhere.
Lyric gets the kill! Nice! Oh, very nice. And he even got it with a bard song hit. The bard song hadn't worn off by the time he took the shot. That's great. Oh, man. Very, very nice. Okay, so we've cleared a few of these out. We're now going to see if there are more over here. Whew. So there... we really have a lot of this place left to go. And this pack down here, I remember being just ball-bustingly hard. I think we'll have a reasonably easy time of it if we can just dump, you know, every single spike trap in existence down on them. But it's... that's going to use, you know, all of our resources for the day doing that. So, then again, I mean, not quite, because we can use that kind of a resource for them. You don't want to try to tank those guys if you can avoid it, because the priests...
Here, I'm on
excuse me, the priests there are actually providing an attack bonus, which means that the effects that your priests are layering on are being directly counteracted by what the opponents are doing, which
You have need of me.
is obviously
I'm here.
suboptimal.
Right.
So it's much better if you can stick with sorry, this is going to be a somewhat more difficult kite, just because of the fact that we do have 2 of them, which increases the overall radius that they can spit at. So that one released acidic vapor. I think it's the one on the bottom right now that did that. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, so the one that's injured is the one that has not released vapor. But these do this on a cooldown. They don't have a limited number of them. Kind of like a phase spider. It doesn't have a limited number of times that it can phase. So we just need to try and be careful here. And we should be okay. There we go. So that one's down.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Now we're just down to this Bombardier beetle. Bombardier beetle, yeah. And let's see. So if we can clear this thing out, whoa, got a bit closer than I'd like to there. But if we can clear these guys out, then that will give us another pathway that we can go through, because there was that eastern like tunnel thing that this guy was in. There might just be a bunch of Bombardier beetles in there, which on the one hand is kind of good, but on the other hand is kind of bad, because this is going to be really slow. I do think that after we find maybe one more big fight that we can reasonably take. The problem with fighting spiders is that right now we don't have any way of healing Korgrik except to use consumables, which I really, really do not want to do. And if we don't heal Korgrik, we don't have any way of fighting the spiders, because unlike fighting other things, we can't just use stone skin to tank them. So I'm hoping that we can find another sort of decent-sized pack of trolls or something that we can tank through with Arc. And then again, trolls are so strong that I say decent-sized pack of them, but just one or two trolls would probably eat through the bulk of my stone skins at this point. Even if I have all of my effects up. So let's take a look here, and yes, there's oh my goodness, there's an entire swarm of Bombardier beetles here. And that's 5 Bombardier beetles. Do I have any AoE? I have Stinking Cloud that I could use.
Ready. Sounds good.
I am by your side.
She has Web. Do I have any way of damaging them if I get them in that? I think that I need to CC these guys. I don't think that it's going to be viable for me to kite all of them.
What do you want?
So, yeah, we do have a little bit of AoE potential right now.
Sure.
So, I'm going to do my best to exploit it as best I can. And let's see, he has grease. We're going to pop a grease down.
Something wrong?
And she can drop a skull trap once I've got enough of these guys coiled in here. Hoping that I can drag this guy into the... That was only 2 of them, unfortunately. Never mind. That's substantially more than 2. So, this is not the same kind of beetle. This is a boring beetle. So, its general propensity for humor aside,
I suppose I got some time to kill.
I'm going to go ahead and cast this. I think this is probably attacking, yes. This is attacking Silria. So we're going to cast that, and I'm going to recast this. He is not going to cast anything, he's just going to stick to this.
I'm ready to do it.
I don't think this is a good place to cast this from. So there's a bunch of Bombardier beetles, and we are going to try to get past this one. Holy crap! So that was... She's standing here, this thing's here. That is an enormous attack range.
Mm-hmm.
That is an absolutely ludicrous range to attack from. Okay, so that thing clearly has a reach attack, despite how tiny it looks. So we are going to have to do some work. The boring beetle is first. And what I can do is I can just slap down grease in advance. I did not do a very good job last time of getting my spells in place when I needed them to be.
Yeah, okay.
So we're going to wait until someone appears on my thing here. Once he gets here. There we go. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was still in combat. Okay, so he's here now. We need to start casting our buffs. So this guy here is going to cast Entangle.
Yeah.
He's going to cast a Grease.
Give the word.
And she is going to cast Web.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm going to have him cast Sneaking Cloud because I don't know if it'll affect them, but I sure as hell hope it does. So that gives me one extra, and yes, it does work on the Bombardier Beetles.
What is it you require? Answer.
So we should... This boring beetle is currently held, so let's go ahead and
What do you
start
want?
firing at it.
Make peace with your gods.
And we should be able to pretty much just slowly whittle these down. One moment. Excuse me. We're going to dump a skull trap out here,
I suppose I got some time.
and we're going to drop a fireball out here.
Yes.
Do you have any AoE? No. So that's a lot of damage going out,
Something wrong?
and we're going to continue hitting this thing.
What do you need now? Shoo.
Sorlin doesn't need to do anything. Actually, yes, he does. We're going to cast another grease spell over here. It's close. He almost walked into the stinking cloud. Okay, Ark just needs to keep attacking,
I'm here.
and she can cast another one of these. That is a lot of damage going out.
I am here.
Alright, so that's done. Ark is now hopefully in range to attack this.
Give the word. Right.
It's a very, very near thing. Unfortunately, that stinking cloud is too big for its britches. And that's
I am by your side.
dangerous. We are going to recast Entangle over here. Because we want to entangle them, but not risk entangling our own people. We no longer have the advantage of them just being automatically held, but I think that we should be able to kill them before they get down here. And we're going to go ahead and cast another grease, because I am very concerned about them breaking free. Okay,
Something wrong?
Death comes
for you.
there we go. This should go down. There we go. And there's still another one left around here somewhere. There it is. And we can go after this one now. This one is only badly injured. This entangle is not going to last forever. So we have to hope that we kill it first. And one of those greases just wore off. But I think that's all of them.
Yes, as best I can.
That looks like all of them. So we can't save right now because of this, but I don't think we're in combat. So,
Got it.
just in case, I am going to put Larrick forward and ready to kite. But I'm pretty sure that we just have to wait for this grease spell to be over, and we will have cleared out this patch of bugs. And that was a pretty meaningfully sized patch, too. It's a lot of dead bugs. Quick save successful. And we can go ahead and take a look over here again. Whew. So how many bullets do we have left? We have probably plenty of bullets for at least 1 or 2 more fights. But we are going to have to go back to Conlon just to pick up arrows and to pick up more bullets, because we are running low. And we have to talk to him about his son anyway, so pretty soon now we are going to head back. God damn it, how many of these guys are there still? There are so many of these beetles. So many beetles. And I think I might actually use this haste now.
What is it you require?
How many of these do I have left? Enough
Yeah,
for maybe
good.
1 more fight. Yeah, I think that I'm going to haste everyone for this. I don't think I'm going to do any more big fights because I just don't see any way that we're going to
Sure.
get to another big fight.
Ready. I'm on it.
You know, that said, no, I'm not going to do that. Because there might be like just a troll or 2 on the opposite side of this that I can go after easily. So
I am by your side.
there's no reason to
Give
waste
the word.
Yeah,
the
at your service. Prepare yourself.
oh shit, this is very, very bad. No matter where I go, he's gonna get hit by at least one of these.
Need some
And he
help.
got hit by 2. I should have gone the other direction. Yikes. That was really close. Okay, all 3 of them have used their stuff, but the cooldown on this is only a couple rounds, and there you go. So,
Sounds good.
I think you know what, these bombardier beetles, it doesn't really change much if I come back later for them or if I fight them now. So I am gonna just keep fighting them because either way I just have to kite them. They deal a lot of damage. What type of damage is that? That wasn't poison damage, was it? I'm actually gonna suicide him into this and find out. That's acidic vapor. So acidic vapor should not deal poison damage, I would think. It should do acid damage. So the key is if it does poison damage, which I don't think is an actual damage type, so it can't do poison damage. But if it did poison damage, then I could actually just have Korgrick
Okay.
do the kiting, and then I wouldn't have to worry about their acidic vapor anymore.
Orders?
I'm here.
Yes.
Oh, whoops.
Give the word.
You have need of me.
Ready,
To
sure.
battle.
Yeah, these bombardier beetles are really, really nasty to fight against. Just because the second you get into melee range with them, I mean, you can sort of bait it out if you know the range, and you can just walk directly away from them after they use it. Or rather, before they use it. So, because they do stop to use it, they stop moving completely. So you can be a little bit ahead of them, because it's close to instant cast, but not quite instant cast. Oh boy. But once we've cleared out these bombardier beetles, I think we'll be done with beetles for a while. I don't think there's too many more in this area. and that'll be good because I am sick of these beetles. The spiders are one thing, these beetles are a whole other irritating bag of worms. That said, there are probably another probably dozen or something beetles in this stupid place. And I have to pull them so far away in order to get a safe kite, because you need a huge amount of space to be able to kite them effectively. So it's a slow burn, but we're getting the beetles down slowly but surely.
Sure.
And our fighters are getting close to the point where they get an additional half attack per round. That'll help us a lot, because when they're using their slings in particular,
What do you
should
want?
be nice.
What is it you require? Yeah.
So he
Fine.
used a dozen attacks in the previous encounter. That's a 2 per round. Bombardier Beetle, you suck. I hate you, Bombardier Beetle. You are a nuisance. And that spell is bullcrap. It's particularly bad because in addition to doing a bunch of damage, which is just not survivable if you take too much of it on this difficulty, it also stuns you, so it has the potential to just be an instant death effect. And there's so many of them that if you legitimately just pull all of them, then even on normal difficulty, there's the very distinct chance that you're going to have just too many of them, and they're going to just get a lucky stun off on someone, because if you have 5 attempts to stun someone, you have pretty good odds of it happening. So we've got 2 more coming, and that should be fine. I think I think I can handle 2 more in one pull. I don't think that'll be a problem.
Huh? Sure.
Pulling 2 at a time is okay. I think that pulling 3 is too many. That said, 2 at a time is still dangerous, so
I'm here. Consider it done.
Back a bit.
Ready.
Yeah.
He does have the ability to use this thing, and I'm running low on I'm running low on things for Arc. I think I'm gonna probably start using some of these effects that I have. It's a pretty long duration buff, and I don't think
Suppose I got some time to kill.
I don't think I'm gonna be doing any
Give the word.
like major work after this. We're just gonna cast some of these buffs.
I am by your side.
Ready. Fine.
This is very, very bad situation. He's gonna hit. Oh god, he used an attack instead.
What do you want?
So instead of using
Your
his
woman's wrath.
Beetlejuice, he used a standard melee attack, and that standard melee attack did not help him any. I don't know. I don't think he actually got the attack off.
Something
But...
wrong?
Oh yeah. So this
Will to feel
just casting a nice bless spell and using that emotion spell really dramatically improves the damage output of ranged combat. Stacking these bonuses on ranged combat is particularly nice because ranged attacks just don't hit very hard. So if you just get a bunch of these buffs active, you can easily increase your damage by 50% or more. This thing's now attacking
here.
Eldrea.
Leave it to me.
I'm gonna move her further away. And I need to pull him back.
I'm off.
I'm just gonna have to fight this slower, and there we go.
Ready. Sounds good.
Saving the game. I'm going to see if I can pull some more, and hopefully we'll still have the courage effect active. for the duration. Quirk somehow missed
I'm listening.
that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know why Lyric missed that, but I don't know why Quirk did. We're gonna get over here. Also, I can't actually see the chat, which is a slight mistake. Okay, there we go. And we are going to pop down here. That is, god damn it, we have so many beetles left. Oh, the beetles. Ugh. Need to move on. Get us up on here. So, if we kill these three, and I'm
What
gonna
do you want?
cast some nice buffs for this fight. Actually, I'm gonna cast another like recitation or something, because I need to get these down quickly.
Ready. Sounds good.
Okay, is this the boring beetle? Yes, it is. So the boring beetle is on its way. We are going to cast a prayer
Yes.
and a chant. No, we're just gonna cast the bless.
Yes.
Because right now it is going to be down to the clerics for this one because
I'm here.
the other folk
I
do
am
not
here.
have any ranged weapons left.
Huh? Sure.
Actually, you know what? I have 18 arrows left. We're popping these straight over to Sorlin, and Sorlin's going to start attacking with them. We just need the extra damage, I think. There's too many things here to... Shit. Okay, so the boring beetle is down. We've just got a couple bombardier beetles.
What do you want?
We should be able to deal with
What is
those
it you require?
without too much
Mhm.
difficulty.
That comes
We only
for
have
you.
one more round of attacks from Ark. And
At your service. So be it.
it's going to send him back. Shit. The way these things are following me is bad. Okay, good. We were able to be moving directly away from the cloud when it released, so...
Something wrong?
Huh?
I know the routine. Show me a target and I'll smash it.
Running, running.
I'm
And...
here.
Ready.
I'm ready to
Okay,
do
so
it.
we're now out of arrows.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And we just have the clerics left. Come on. And dead. So, a decent pile of bugs has been accumulated. We are not quite ready to leave because I do think that we can finish off anything that's left over here, and then we'll be ready to leave. I am not going to be able to utilize all of the spells that I have at my disposal, and that's just predominantly due to the fact that I don't have any ranged ammo left. Because I think that Sorlin makes up maybe about 40% of my overall ranged damage throughput. So this is one boring beetle. We have a lot of beetles left. I don't think that we can actually kill these with the amount of ammo that we have remaining. I mean, we might be able to.
Yeah, fine, fine.
It's just going to take forever. We do have haste. So what I'm going to do is we are going to cast a haste and hopefully be able to get through this pack before we all horribly die. So we need haste and several other effects. We're going to cast all of the buffs that increase the damage output of these people. We do have Bless still, we still have Chant, we still have
Yes.
another Prayer. He actually has some damage spells that he can put out as well, and we do have the ability to tank the boring beetle if absolutely necessary.
Huh? Okay.
I am by your side.
Okay, so we're gonna cast
What is it?
this
What do you want?
and this first. And I should really have cast the haste before
Yes.
these guys arrived, because now I've already got a prayer. Cast a chant.
Yeah.
And
Poke me again, and you'll do it
cast
without
a bless.
fingers.
Huh? Uh-huh.
Alright, so now the hope is that we do not get him horribly butchered. I don't know what the odds of that are. Probably not high. I think that this is probably just too many. We don't have Entangle left.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yeah, we don't have anything left to crowd control these guys with. We have no CC left
I suppose I got some
in an
time to
AoE fashion anyway.
They're about one click away from a fight.
So Eldrea and Silria
This is gonna cost you an extra share of the treasure.
are going to be in charge of going after these Bombardier Beetles first, I guess. And of course, we get a critical miss on the first. I
Yeah,
need to
sounds good.
keep close to this thing, because if that thing turns around, it's going to be very bad for me. Shit! This thing turned around, it's probably on Silria.
Make way.
Huh? Fine.
Pull these two
Fine.
back.
I'm here.
I am here.
Ready. Yeah.
And now I'm in a really bad position. I think what I'm going to do is pull him all the way over here.
You have as you wish.
Oh shit, she is slowed.
Yes, as you wish.
Is this the... Okay, this is the boring beetle, but it doesn't matter because I'm probably not going to be able to get it to swap targets. If it was one of the Bombardier beetles, then that's pretty much just GG.
Give the word. I'm off.
But with it being the boring beetle,
It shall be done.
it is actually tankable. We just need to body block the ever-loving crap out of this thing. And that should
What do
hopefully
you
work
want? Leave
out.
it to me.
As you wish.
So are you now focused on the right character?
Done.
Nope.
Yes, as best I can.
No, shit.
I am as you wish.
Shit, shit, shit.
What is
You're...
I see?
No, you've fallen behind, you fool!
Very well.
Something wrong?
Please hit this thing.
I'm ready to do adventuring
Orders.
and stuff.
I am as you wish.
Shit, those things turned around. We're
I'm on my
doomed!
way.
Oh, she's stunned. Yeah, we're doomed. Okay, we're gonna have to reload this. I just wanted to check how many of these things there were.
Sure.
But it actually, again, there's really not much reason not to fight these things now, because it really doesn't save us too much time and energy later to fight these later, because we're still going to have to fight them in pretty much the exact same fashion. Nothing really changes too much.
Fine.
Okay, so that could have gone bad. We almost just pulled the phase spider. Because these beetles are just such a nuisance that, you know, what are you going to do? If you have all your resources available, they're still just going to start pounding into people with their damage. And you just have to sort of kill them from range. I get a little bit of an easier time if I go after them later, just because of the fact that I can use...
I'm here.
Huh?
You would do well to fear a woman's
I'll
wrath.
have more ammo, and thus I'll be able to attack with more than just these two characters. But, well, that does increase my, the speed at which I'll kill these things by a pretty substantial amount. And also, this is a boring beetle.
Yes.
I could just
Ready.
tank
Sounds
this
good.
thing. I should utilize the fact that I can tank this. rather than...
What is it you require?
let's see, I'm gonna cast a shield spell quick. Alright,
Give the
and
word.
now we are actually going to swap these two from their ranged focus to melee and have them just beat the ever-loving crap out of this thing as quickly as humanly possible before it gets too many hits
At
on
your
arc.
service.
Ready.
Yeah.
I'm
To
a
battle.
busy man. I got places to go, monsters to kill.
So... so nice being able to just beat on something. Oh, that felt so good.
I'm on it.
Okay, we're sending Lyric back out again. And we're gonna pick up some Bombardier Beetles, sadly.
Orders?
We have a
I'm
huge
also
number
here.
of Bombardier Beetles to deal with. And
You have need of me.
the boring beetles are really just
What do you want?
there to add a little bit of extra complication to the
I am by your
kite.
side.
Let's see.
Ready. Sure.
Walking up, walking up. And we're now going to pull the next group. So, do we have one or two coming? Only one. Okay. So, we know that we have 3 Bombardier Beetles left in this little pack here, and I'm hoping that we've reached the extent of the Bombardier Beetle nonsense. Because I'm sick of beetles. I mean, look how many corpses there are here. It's ridiculous.
Sounds good.
Ridiculous.
As you wish.
Something on my way.
Ready. All right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Running around away from beetles.
Yeah, sure.
I'm here.
Huh? Sounds good.
Okay, so we need to go over here. Okay. Shit. Well, we at least successfully baited out the thinger
Give the word
effect.
on my way.
I am certainly.
Sadly, we now have to deal with half our damage output.
Ready. Fine. Fine.
You have done.
I can't get too
Fine,
close to this thing.
I am by your side. Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I get too close to it, then even if it doesn't
Yes.
Huh?
target
Uh-huh.
me, it will start using its AoE effect. Scripted effects. Okay, we should be able to... Shit. Okay, we should be able now to start heading back. Yep. Saving the game, and 2 more beetles to get through. Once we get through those 2, I'm hoping that we are done with the beetles, because I hate the beetles. I do not want more beetles, and I will be very happy to be completely out of beetles so that I can move on with my life. I am going to pull forward a bit and look at all those beetles left. So we still have 4 Bombardier Beetles left. Oh, God. This is going to take so long to kill them all. We will be casting all of our buffs and hoping that this is enough to take out 4 Bombardier Beetles. I think that we can if we get haste out before they start arriving en masse.
I am here.
So the long-lasting buffs are Recitation and prayer. We're just gonna get both of these off.
Something wrong?
Those two are down. We are going to cast a bless.
Yes.
You have need of me?
We are going to cast a chant. And we are really going to need to be careful about how we handle this. And we are going to cast a haste.
Okay.
So luckily, by casting that haste, we make ourselves very fast on our feet. So that will make
Yeah.
our job of kiting much easier. So long as we don't completely fail at life, we should have a reasonably easy kite now, because we just can fit through much smaller corridors than we could prior, even with their... Oh my goodness, a 24 damage shot from a sling is pretty impressive. Where'd the fourth one go? Weren't there four?
Give the word.
Huh?
Did I already kill it? I already killed one of them, it looks like. So that's
do you
two
want?
down.
Ready. Fine. Fine.
Unfortunately, our spells are already wearing off. So haste isn't going to be too far behind. And once haste wears off, life gets really hard. Luckily, we do still have 39 hit points, so unless we fail the save versus spell, we should
Something
be
wrong?
okay either way.
Uh huh.
Okay, one more spell just wore off. And I'm actually going to have Ark cast a magic missile at this thing. Because this is definitely the end, because we now are going to be fatigued
Huh?
as soon as this fight's over. We're not going to be able to get into any more fights, which means, there we go. So the fight isn't even over and we're already fatigued, but that's okay, because the fatigue will hopefully not impact our magic missiles too much.
Ready.
And there we go. That Bombardier Beetle is dead, and we are still in combat. We are out of combat, and we have killed a huge number of these damn things.
Give the word.
How many slingshots do we have left? We have almost exactly one stack on her,
Orders?
What do you
and a
want?
little bit on her as
I'm
well.
listening.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do a quick run by and check whether there are any more of these things, but I'm just going to reload if there are, because I don't want to fight more of them right now because we're fatigued.
Whatever we have to do, it'll keep till morning. Let's rest.
So any more of these suckers?
I am exhausted.
There's got to be more of them. No, there aren't. That is the end of this little passageway. We have cleared it out completely. We just got an axe and a sword, and it was just a treasure trove. It wasn't anything, like, it wasn't leading somewhere. So when we come back here, we will still have to deal with all of the scary spiders and trolls, but we will hopefully be in a little bit of a better position to handle them. This is a +2 defender battle axe. So this gives +2 to armor class and 10% missile resistance. This is a longsword of confusion, 25% chance of confusing the target for 1 round. So this is really good for him. Unfortunately, a battle axe is not usable by anyone who I have tanking. I'm pretty sure that Korger can't use it. Yeah. So no one can use this +2 defender axe. except my Scald. So if I give this to him, he just passively has a little bit of extra defense, which is great, except he's still going to get hit on a 2 probably. He's not.
Understood.
His AC is really terrible. Wait, what? Oh shit. We have
Here,
respawns apparently. So that's gonna be a thing.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to just
Poke me again.
kite
and you'll
these
do
guys,
it
I
without
guess.
Fingers.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So this thing's attacking
Orders,
Korgrick. We're
alright.
gonna just try to kite it around. And we're probably gonna fail miserably. This isn't the best place to be kiting. On the plus side, it does look like it's only one lizard man. So...
You're about one click away. Leave it to me.
Yeah, that's
I'm on
fine, I guess.
Oh, actually, we can easily kill this by just having Ark pop over here. We can easily tank this with him. We can recast, or we can
Ready.
cast armor on him.
Here,
Not
understood.
agree about it. Alright, so this guy is now looking at -9 AC.
I'm on it.
Okay, so it is now attacking him,
Give the word.
which means that we can just swap everyone over to melee. Which takes a little bit more work than I'd like, but you know,
What do you want?
What is it you require?
Something wrong?
that is not the bad guy.
Fine, fine.
I am to battle.
Oh, we don't actually have the AC gear on him, so... yeah. So, you can see that that spirit armor spell is pretty impressive for dealing with this kind of stuff. That said, I mean, when it wears off, he is going to take a little bit of damage, but he can
Ready.
take
Alright.
it. It's not going to be 40. Even with the damage bonus from insane difficulty. Okay.
Here. Got it.
Well,
Ready.
looks like I'm gonna have to go on a killing spree.
You indeed.
For some reason. Oh, good. So this thing is actually incapable of getting a crit now, which means that
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Aldrea leveled up. If I can find one more creature,
Let's rest.
that should be enough to get all of my fighters. And there's one more creature.
What do you need now?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's. I'm a busy man. I got places to go, monsters to kill.
Oh, nice. So it's got its luck reduced. And it's still got a critical hit, so... The luck effect is not doing what I thought it was
Yeah.
going to do.
Oh, all right.
Either that or it just hadn't carried out.
I'm listening.
Whoa, that's strange. Interesting.
Ready. Agreed.
So apparently the rounding has had a pretty substantial effect. Oh shit. I don't know why I was doing this way. Because now this thing's attacking Aldrea,
What- Yes.
and Ark needs to secure aggro before he can do anything. So it's now attacking
Here.
Ark.
Here
Make
I
peace
come.
with your
I
gods.
got places to
come
go,
with me.
monsters to kill.
I am certainly.
So this should be enough to finalize the fighters. Okay, so apparently I did not notice when my stone skin went down. Ah, my stone skin actually wore off due to duration. which means that we're going to have to do some sort of kite for this guy. I actually still have Dragon Breath, so I'm going to use it now before I forget it exists. And we are going to start blasting this guy because we
Need of me?
just have a huge number of spells that are at disposal still.
I am by your side.
It really is amazing having stun skin wear off due to duration. It is not something you expect to see.
Yeah.
At your service.
He is completely out of spells.
I see.
Oh shit, there's another one behind me? That's not good.
Yes.
Yeah, immediately.
I kind of feel like I don't have too
Orders.
much choice other than to just run the risk of
Suppose I got some time to kill.
getting crit,
Yeah.
What do you
because
want?
this is going to be needlessly time consuming if I...
Potentis.
if I don't just
I am here.
fight these guys with melee.
I'm listening.
What do you need now?
At your service.
And that's with an 18. And there's the 20. God damn it. I just have like one more of these stupid
As
bastards
best
to
I
kill.
can.
We're gonna... I don't even know. So, we're out of stone skins.
You have need of me?
We just have a little more to go.
What is it you require? Yes.
Here, I'll handle it.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to do full AC on Cordric. Do I want to do full... No, I don't want to do full AC on Cordric. Because Cordric dies instantly if he gets hit.
Orders understood.
So it's silly to do full AC on Cordric when I can do full AC on Arc. So we're just going to do full AC on Arc. We're going to pull this thing back. And then once we've pulled it back, we're going to just tank it.
I'm here.
That said, we are going to level her out of sync with the others because this gives her an additional half attack per round. She now has 3 attacks per round. So
Yes.
I think that that's worthwhile. Pull him back.
I'm listening.
He needs to go ahead and equip this.
Come then. Let us begin.
Give the word. What do you want? Leave it to me.
I am
Here
very
I come. And the hells come with me.
And this thing just rolled an
Something
18, which is enough
What
to
is it
hit
you require?
apparently. Which means that I need to...
Yeah.
At
gonna
your
do
wish.
a melee kite for a bit, I think. And there we go. So Silria and Sorlin level up. Whew. And they get their nice little bonuses. So we now have an additional half attack per round
Ready.
with
Done.
all of our primary damage dealers, and that should help us a huge amount. Those extra attacks per round really improve our DPS a lot.
Done.
So that'll mean that we'll have 3 attacks per round with everybody.
Here.
Actually, Cordric got that a while ago, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that, like, Cordric is a dual class, and he's level 7 with Fighter. These guys are tri-class, and they're also level 7 with Fighter now.
Orders. I'll handle it.
Now,
I'm
granted,
here.
he's about halfway to the next level, but he's not
Pretty tired.
near level 8, so... Oh, seriously? Seriously? I forgot completely about that. Okay, so...
Ready.
He's gonna take damage. I guess I just need to load the autosave actually. He's gonna take damage from that. I don't know what
Ready.
the minimum damage he can
Alright.
take is. And he just took exactly 10 again.
Ready. Done.
That's 14. We need to take a look here. Or rather, load the autosave. I might actually need to use a consumable just to save his life because I don't think I have any healing left. Let's see here. I can't believe I forgot about that. So this does how much damage? This does 2d4 points of damage. So the average damage that this deals is actually only 8. So the fact that I've
Here. I'll handle it.
had him fall over dead 3 or 4 times now, it's kind of ridiculous. There we go.
Orders?
And we got exactly the average amount of damage from that. So, okay. We're ready to head over to Conlin's smithy and talk to him about his wayward son, who we have hopefully gotten back to here. Yeah, I do love the barely a day's journey, and then it takes 3 days to get there.
I'll handle it.
Nope. Want to thank you for finding my boy for me. I'd almost given up hope. I nearly fell out of my chair when he came bouncing back through the door, telling me tales of monsters and nary a scratch on him. He's in the back now resting. Go on and say hello if you wish. We will. But first, I'm going to load the game, because we want to talk to you with Lyric, with friends active. I do not know whether this guy gives a better reward if you aren't Korgrick, but we'll find out. Okay, we'll do that. Farewell. Hey, little kid, how's it going? Thanks again for saving me. My papa said you could have this key to the chest in the shop. He keeps a big hammer in there. Wham! How do you like that, Mr. Giant? Roar! Not very much. Haha, get it? Yes, you're very funny. Thanks for the key. Okay, so... Enchanted hammer. Sounds nice. So is it a good enchanted hammer? It is Conlin's... Ooh! +1 hammer, +5 versus specifically iron golems, and it has the ability to hit all creatures that require magical weapons to hit. So it can hit things through any level of enchantment. It does +7 damage. Wow. So it's 1d4 +2, and then plus an additional 5? No. So it's only +5 versus iron golems, not +7. So this is Thaco +4 versus iron golems. So this is pretty decent. I guess I'm probably going to run into iron golems at some point. And the seemingly ordinary workhammer is imbued with a specialized enchantment that enhances its ability to shape metal, particularly the treated ore used by mages, to create iron golems. Originally intended as a tool to be used in the creation of such guardians, it's equally proficient in dismantling them should the need arise. So it's kind of interesting because if this was a tool made for, a forge, it probably wouldn't be a warhammer. Just a thought. And she's wielding a warhammer +1. We're going to go ahead and equip this one instead. And we are going to talk to Conlin again. Sup. And see what we can buy here. Is there anything that we need from you? Hellpick. Toon Sweeper +3 is just a +3. 50% of all hits blind orcs for 8 seconds. That's kind of interesting, but not terribly useful. Reliance is just a crappy dagger. This is a crossbow we don't need. The black bow is just a bow. This halberd is just a halberd. Staff of Aaron. This is interesting because this staff would be very good for Silria, but 25,000 gold worth? Not really, no. So Alright, instead, gonna look at this. Too interesting there. This is +3. This Troll Slayer is a bastard sword that, if we could pick this up, it would allow us to easily deal with trolls. So that would actually be worthwhile to pick up. And this gives +1 Constitution, interestingly enough, but it's a two-handed axe, which we have no reason for. Wait, what? 10% of all hits cast Cure Light Wounds on the user and give +1 strength for 5 rounds. This is a flail / Morning Star. So the Giving Star is actually really good for this kind of a run. It could allow us to have Aldrea, for instance, just sort of really come ahead, because it does a lot of damage, and it also allows her to heal herself. That said, there's the issue that she'd have to either replace the thing of Bashaba, or she'd have to do something similar. Now, we've got the Faith Killer +2, which is kind of cool, but okay, so things that we would want to pick up. The Troll Slayer is really good. This would be very useful to finish trolls off with. Aside from that, it's not that amazing, and we can just use Ark's stuff to finish off trolls if we want to. So not as amazing as you might think, but do we have enough money to pick up something really, really nice here? Short sort of phasing. Can get rid of the Ring of Intelligence. I think we can get rid of. Definitely don't want to get rid of that. We could also, if we wanted, pick up Plate Mail +1. This is particularly good for dealing with trolls, actually. So if I were to give the Plate Mail +1 to Aldrea, along with the Giving Star, then she might be able to out-heal the damage that they're capable of outputting to us. Because she has currently 2 attacks per round with her main hand and 1 with the offhand. So if she attacks twice per round, then about, on average, we'd end up with 1 Cure Light Wounds, which is about 8 HP per 5 rounds. And that 5 rounds, assuming 3 attacks per round, the troll is probably going to hit her at least once in the time it takes to cast a Cure Light Wounds, because it's going to get at least 1 natural 20. But that said, because this Plate Mail, the important thing about it is this -1 versus slashing is really good. But we already have a normal Plate Mail, and that hasn't seemed to help us that much against the trolls. Let's take a look here. What kind of AC do we need? Because he has -7 AC when he's got full setup. It's kind of a moot point if I don't have the ability to get my HB and stuff where it needs to be. So let's take a look here. She has access to nothing too useful here. Get another web spell going. And Sylria is an interesting option, actually, for a tank character, but she's not proficient with the that weapon type. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look. Do I need? She has a +1 Morning Star, as well as a +3 Morning Star. Nobody else is going to be using just a standard Morning Star. In fact, she could get rid of this one easily as well. We do not need a +1 Longsword. I do not think we need the Peasant's Reward, because it's just a +2 Halberd, and it doesn't have any special characteristics. So what we're going to do is we're going to give all this crap to him. We are going to equip whatever nonsense we intend to keep. So we want to have at least one shield for her. And there we go. Go ahead and just equip that on him, just for now. And Warhammer +1, but she's got 2 weapons. This thing does 10% acid resistance, which is kind of cool. Does he need a Longsword of Confusion? Confusion is not an amazing status effect, honestly. It's a +2 Longsword. I think that... I mean, it's not terrible. It has a 25% chance to do this. I think that it's worthwhile to keep it, but it's not going to be an amazing effect, I don't think. That said, 2 save versus wands and 10% acid resistance on a sword. It does 2 die 4 +2. It's slightly more DPS. Honestly, I don't think it matters that much. I think we're going to go ahead and sell Eravain's Broadsword, because I don't think that it's as valuable as my other options here. So Scalds can't wear helms, so we're done with the helm work. This is an antidote. And we don't need the oil speed. Mace +1 and Morning Star +1 I think we can safely just get rid of. And we can definitely get rid of this short sword. It's Wakizashi. Mage robe with +20% cold resistance. I'm gonna keep this. We have 30% cold resistance from this, so there's a decent chance of being able to get to the point where we can negate cold damage. We just need to get a few more things for that. We have a phase dagger. This does magic damage. We have spine sheath as well. I think that spine sheath is worth keeping, but I don't think the phase dagger is. Spine sheath I think is a better main or offhand for him, depending on how we're doing things. And we are going to see how much money this makes us. Save the game. We're going to do a hard save as well. And we still have time, so... This gives us 1,800 gold, and we now have the ability, if we so please, to pick up the Giving Star. The Giving Star, I do think this would potentially be a deal changer. Like, this changes the entire game having this. Because now all of a sudden healing is no longer... Like, we don't have a limited amount of HP. We just have a, like... as much HP as we can regenerate. And I think that that's a big deal. So the Giving Star is going in, and this is going to replace this Morning Star, which we don't really need anymore, but we don't want to sell anyway, because it'll be for like half of the original price. That said, we're down to 2,800 gold. I'm going to go ahead and just have Eldrea learn 5. I don't want to learn it on her, actually, because I don't know who's the best person to have it. So we've identified the protection from acid scroll. We have the detect evil scroll. We will learn that just for the heck of it. Doesn't matter. And since we do have all of these, I think I'm going to sell them. And I'm tempted to sell the acid and fire arrows, but I'm not going to just because I don't have a consistent way of dealing with trolls. And I don't want to end up in a position where I do not have the ability to kill a troll. And I want to use a consumable and cannot because I don't have them anymore. So just to prevent us from getting trapped in a corner, we will keep those. I think I'm going to sell these arrows, though. Definitely going to sell this non-magical dagger. Okay, so we can sell these and this.
Yeah, good.
And all of
Good.
that other stuff we can sell to this guy for the most part. And with the Giving Star in hand, we will hopefully be able to get Aldrea to just sort of out-tank the amount of damage that's coming in. And I don't know how well that'll work. He will not take Flaming Oil. For some reason. He does not consider that to be in his best interest. So
Okay.
fine. We are going to go to the Tower of Auric. And sell our stuff there. We're going to take a look at what kind of stuff we can pick up from Auric as well.
Tired.
I do think that it's going to be worthwhile to pick up the plate armor +1. If we can save up enough money for the plate armor, I'm going to pick it up. Because while it is only a slight upgrade, it's only a +1 AC upgrade over the plate armor that Korgrick has.
Whatever we have to do.
1 AC is actually a big deal
Let's rest.
because it can mean the difference between a 19 and a 20 hitting or
I'm
just a 20.
exhausted.
And that's a night and day difference. So Korgrick is no longer the tank. Silria is definitely not the tank. We're going all out Aldrea. We're gonna hope that this works. Because Ark makes a great tank, but only for temporary conditions. He doesn't make a very good long duration tank. So let's go ahead and it looks like he's not willing to sell anything new. The Scarab of Goodwill is something we don't need, and the Girdle of Gond is something we don't need. Everything else is just stuff that we've already sold to him, I think. Wait, no! There's new stuff here! He has a Shimmering Sash. This is a permanent blur effect. So I don't know when this happened. This gives +2 armor class! So this is only usable by rogues, I assume. Yeah, I think this is a rogue-only item. But +2 armor class. Honestly, I'm not going to be having him as a... He's not going to be a good enough tank to do too much, so... This is interesting. So we have access to new spells now, and... one of them is Spirit Armor. So we can now get Spirit Armor for people that are not Ark. And do we have anything else that's important? Emotion Fear is not terribly interesting. Minor Sequencer is really good. Invisibility 10-foot radius is not terrible, because it would allow me to move my party around. We can get another web spell. Get Vocalize, we can get Dispel Magic. Another copy of Friends. So this is very interesting. For now, I'm just going to sell this stuff to... Ooh, 1,600 for this Ring of Intelligence. So saving up for this is going to be good. It's only usable by good characters. So the only person who could use this is Sylria. Sylria can use this. It gives a permanent blur effect, which gives +3 to AC and +1 to saving throws. And that's great. But right now it doesn't help me that much. Spirit armor gives the equivalent of full plate armor. Phantom blade is great against... There's a lot of things that are good against undead. Glitter dust is actually a pretty good spell. So if they don't get... Could get another copy of Melfs if I want. I do think a copy of Web would be nice. I want to save up for the Shimmering Sash. And I need to find someone who's willing to buy this damn flaming oil. Because this flaming oil is worth a lot. And if I can sell it all, that would be really good for me. I kind of like the idea of this flaming oil because the monsters in here clearly do not always get along. So I like the idea that the lizard men are actually prepared if they have to fight the trolls. I think that that's really cool. And we can sell all of our flaming oil right now if we want. And that will give us a pretty good amount of money. The question is, do we want to sell all of this flaming oil now, which will give us not enough. I don't think we do. We don't want to sell this flaming oil right now because it will drop the price of future flaming oil sales, and it's just not worth it yet. The antidotes are actually worth 1,000 on their own.
Good.
So if I could get the Shimmering Sash, I'd be able to have Sylria with a permanent blur spell. If she had a permanent blur, that would be pretty useful. I could then stack Mirror Image on top of that whenever I wanted, as long as I cast it in advance.
Ready.
And we would have a lot of characters who have the ability to tank. So if she's got a blur spell active, and she has the same tanking stuff that Korgrik had, then she would actually have like -10 AC. Just baseline. She could basically just sit at this kind of AC that Ark has, only she's immune to crits, and if I gave her the Giving Star, she wouldn't be terribly proficient with it, but she'd be able to heal that way. And I wish that I had... It's too bad that she's so damn evil, huh? What's her skill set? Okay, do we want... I think... As great as the blur effect is, and that's something that we're definitely going to want to pick up eventually, I don't think it's an expense I can justify right now. Whereas I think the plate armor is a thing that I can justify picking up right now. A piece of +1 plate armor gives me one more character who can conceivably tank, because I'll then have 2 pieces of plate armor. In addition, it gives the ability to have Aldrea get her armor class in as good a position as humanly possible. The rogue thing that gives +2 to AC is really nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the wrong character. If I gave him that hat. And a shield. Because he can use a shield, right? Yeah, he can use a shield too. If I gave him that hat and a nice shield, he actually could be like the tankiest character I have right now. But I don't have enough to afford that, and I'm not going to worry about it too much.
Good.
So we are going to go ahead and cast Friends again.
Good.
And we're going to go purchase some weapons. I think we have enough for this, and yes, we do. So if I just pick up this plate mail, I will have a pretty decent piece of plate. We're going to buy this. It's not necessarily the most efficient usage of our money,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
but I do think that in conjunction with the Giving Star and just giving Aldrea an all-out defensive build, give him an aggressive build now. Giving her an aggressive build as well. So she's got -6 AC right now. We can give her an additional 2. Never mind, I can only give her an additional 1. So this counts as a protection cloak. So this is it's not compatible with the plate mail +1. So that actually doesn't help me as much as you might imagine because it doesn't allow me to get to a new cap. But
Whatever. I'm here.
-7 AC is fine. And we can go check out the spells now, I think.
Ready. Good.
Actually, I'm gonna sell the... We have 343, we're fine.
Sure.
I'm gonna pop over here to the Tower of Auric again. And I'm gonna pick up a spell. I guess I'm gonna pick up whatever I can. If I can pick up Blur and have that on Aldrea, then Aldrea would be able to really tank up a storm in sort of like clinch positions where she'd end up with
Give the word.
an AC of -10,
Yeah.
immunity to critical hits, and a regeneration effect. All without using any resources except for a relatively like
What do you
weak
want?
spell slot. I guess it is the web spell slot.
Huh?
I guess for her it's no.
Ready. Sounds good. Sure. Sure.
And you have I think the best spell. Ooh, this guy has mirror image. We're picking up mirror image. Okay, so a mirror image spell is an absolutely massive boon for us. If we get mirror image on Aldrea, then she is capable of really just tanking like crazy. So we're doing this. We're going full tank mode with Aldrea. She will have the ability to regenerate. She will have the ability to, in between fights, just sort of heal herself up. And hopefully that will help me with my sort of throughput with the tanking. Because right now I can do some really solid tanking for a short period of time, like 1 or 2 fights. Ark is Ark does a great job of tanking for 1 or 2 fights, but after that point, he really falls off. And if I can just
Getting pretty tired.
if I can just have Aldrea sit on the front line and tank things for a pretty much unlimited amount of time because they don't hurt her as fast as she regenerates herself, I think that'll help me a lot. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Check if any rooms are free. We are not going to
Something
rest
wrong?
yet because we need to check all of our spells. I think that Magic Missile is the best thing to have for first level. We don't have any 4th level spells. Just imagine when she gets access to Stone Skin. Oh, it's going to be ridiculous. And let's see. Okay, I think we're set there. So he's going to have iron skins. Do we want... Yeah, we want protection from electricity because it gives us the ability to completely negate an electric effect, which is utility that we want. Protection from fire gives immunity to fire, but I don't think that's as important. Go to her pre-spells. I like to always have at least one character that just has all the utility that I'm going to need. And I think we're gold. We're ready to go after things here. Let's save this.
Yeah.
And we can rest. So we're taking one quick nap, and then we're going to actually take another nap to heal up. Because now that we're back in town, resting for 16 hours to get ourselves back in almost tip-top shape is totally justifiable. Resting 24 hours? Not justifiable. Korgrik is a little bit injured, but we can deal with that along the way. I'm not going to be doing any resting unless it seems like it's actually critically important to do so. Anybody else need to do anything? I don't think so. Okay, so it is now 5:21, so I think that I'm going to end the stream here. Next time, we will hopefully be able to start surviving while sort of just plunging through armies with Aldrea. That's my hope at any rate. What we can do is we can take a little bit of damage with Aldrea, for instance, and then if we do a little bit of melee kiting with people, then during the melee kiting phase, she can continue to regenerate life back. Also, I did not actually get my ammunition recovered, so let's go ahead and do that now because I'm going to forget if I wait until the next time to do it. So we're going to do that, and he is level 10. He is slowly but surely reaching the point where he's going to have the really good spells. And I'm actually at the point where as soon as I get to 220,000 experience, I'm going to be really regretting the fact that I brought a Scald and not a Pure Bard. Because the Pure Bard would give some really, really nice utility. Okay, so we need to pick up... we're going to pick up all the bullets in the world. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up as many throwing daggers as Ark can carry. That's... No, you can't. You can heal 80? I can't afford that many. Okay, so... Okay, we're going to buy 10 stacks of throwing daggers. And we are going to buy an ungodly amount of arrows. And that's actually not as many arrows as I would like to have. Okay, let me take a look at how many... Okay, we actually have plenty of arrows, considering that only one person's using them. Okay, Silria has plenty of ammunition for now. Ark can use a sling later on, if necessary, so it's not a huge loss for him to be not having a huge amount of daggers. He does do a lot more damage with the daggers, but overall he is such a tiny portion of my damage anyway that it's not a huge deal.
Huh?
I really wish that I had someone who could make use of this Battle Axe +2. This Defender Axe is really good. And it's just unfortunate that everyone that I have is incapable of using it. You know who could use it? At some point, Sorlin might end up being like a really good evasion tank. Because I could give him plate armor. I could give him that +2 defense helm. I could give him, you know, just a full set of tanking gear and have him go hog wild later on.
Ready.
So
Sounds good.
it'll just come down to what kind of stuff we come across, because it's all down to just the gear, because you know, you get AC for mostly gear, and other places are reasonable sources of it as well, but for the most part it's just coming down to gear.
I may not make everyone happy, but I'll keep us
Do I have
alive.
any other... At the Lizard King... Anything else that we need to worry about? Nah. So we just need to find our
Ready.
stuff. So that is going to be it for today. Next time we will go back in there.
What do you
We're
want?
going to try out our lovely little Giving Star +3 and see how that works for us. Thank you everyone for watching. It has been a pleasure to stream for you today, and I hope to see you again next time.